Cashiers of Reddit, what products make you silently judge the persons who buy them? 1. Had a teenage girl come in with several members of her family. They all came up to the counter practically in tears and bought a pregnancy test. She then went into our bathroom to take the test, which I thought was odd. Seems like the kind of thing you'd do in the sanctity of your own home. Then the girl comes out, bawling, and then her family starts bawling, and they're making a huge scene in the middle of my store. It was super duper awkward. 2. I cashiered at a department store. Had a dude in his mid-20s pull up to my register with rope, duct tape cleaning gloves, a tarp, bleach, Febreze, cookies, a bucket, and sponges. I rang him up. I didn't even notice what he'd purchased until he came back in. He just said, "Dude, I could be planning to commit something gruesome, and you didn't even care." What the heck? I just lost $20. Then he went to return everything except the cookies. True story. He obviously made a bet with someone to see if I would say anything or find it suspicious. "Sir, I make minimum wage. They do not pay me enough to care about what you were doing with that rope and tarp." 3. The only time I really judged someone was when he came in and found a perfume he liked and bought two. I said it would probably be a good idea if you have two women in your life, thinking wife, mother, daughter, etc., to get them something different. He said, "Oh no, one is for my wife, the other for my girlfriend. If they wear the same perfume, I don't have to worry about my wife smelling my girlfriend's perfume on me." I mean, that is smart, but it's also terrible. 4. When a guy buys feminine hygiene products and has to explain that it's for his girlfriend. Dude, nobody thinks you were buying pads for yourself. I used to work at AutoZone. One day a customer came in and asked if there were any deals on our strongest antifreeze. I asked him if he met the lowest temperature rating, and he said no, the one with the most ethylene glycol. I was really confused and asked him what he needed it for, and he told me it was because his neighbor's kids just got kittens and they were trespassing on his property. I excused myself and went back to my boss, the store manager, and told him, and he told me I had to make the sale. I had to sell him 4 gallons of antifreeze for some defenseless kittens, which I'm sure absolutely crushed his neighbor's kids. 6. Freshman year of high school, I was a cashier at a local grocery store. There was an upscale organic cupcake boutique in town that sold their cupcakes for about $4 each. It was ridiculous, but people still bought them. Anyway, the owner would come in every other week and buy about 20 boxes of cupcake mix and frosting. She must have had like 1,000% rate of return on those things. The cupcake boutique has since gone out of business, and the lady was an arrogant soccer mom in her mid-30s. But it's interesting to know how common this apparently is. One of our customers buys anywhere from 25 to 32 bottles of laxatives a week, every week, and not the one taken by mouth either. 8. Not a cashier, but I worked in fulfillment for 4 years. I can't tell you how many times I checked out the name on the label for a shipment of questionable combinations. Don't ever think that buying something online means that you escape the judgment of others.